Because I had the most fun ever, whereas the critical reception was the opposite. I mean, look at that score. I thought, oh my goodness, Illumination and Universal have lost the plot. My man Jeremy Jahns wasn't looking too happy in his thumbnail, and I already started cooking up my title. So what's the deal with Super Mario Galaxy? Or something. But then I looked up the first movie's Rotten Tomatoes score, and even though it's higher, it still has the green splat for below 60%, and I thought, nothing new from them. Of course, critical reception isn't the best indicator for a movie, but it was a start for me. What are we thinking?
And that's how I felt Misled. I went in thinking it was going to be just okay, but wow, I was wrong. I'm no Mario head or Nintendo head for that matter, and an early talking point of mine was going to be, is it too soon to tackle Galaxy?
Is it?
But I found myself not caring about that by the end. We left off Super Mario Bros. With Bowser captured and shrunken down. Now Bowser Jr. has come around to save him.
With the indirect help of Rosalina, who I thought was such a strong character in the beginning, she displayed some impressive battling that convinced me she was invincible. Unfortunately, her skills make a brief appearance only one more time later on.
The Super Mario Galaxy movie is such a well-paced movie that is imbued with, subjectively, infinite humor all throughout. And it's not entirely through jokes, but also what happens to characters. Someone gets hit, makes a face, Yoshi swallows stuff that's never questioned. A standout characteristic of the movie for me was again, though brief, were the fusion of classic Mario gameplay graphics with the animated movie that made me say, cinema. And listen, I'm a person that doesn't really watch animated movies like that, but it's moments like these that inspire me to consume more of the medium. The action in this movie was top notch. I just might be impressed because of my initial thoughts. There's this one scene that's just so cool and epic, they show a bit of it in the trailer. The sound and the posing. There's a character in this movie who is the coolest guy ever and inspires the Lumas to dress up like him, which I'm just now remembering how much they made me laugh. Guys, these kids are a blast. Now for all the praising I'm doing, I could point out some cons. Bowser showed a promising redemption with Mario and Luigi's journey towards the start, which is just cut short. I wish I had more screen time as it was entertaining. The story itself, which is what the critics are dragging down, could have more to it. I was talking to my friend and we came to the conclusion that Super Mario Galaxy is essentially traveling, with part of the conflict being, okay, how do we get to this place? Repeated a few times.
The other part being the whole Bowser Jr. scheme. Those 2 points, along with the movie just sort of ending, which is one of the biggest cinema sins for me. It needed a stronger, falling action. You get the climax, a little 2 minutes or so, and then the freaking credits came on. What the heck can we do? I believe that's how I felt about Sonic 3, but with more children-friendly cinema, I think that's just how the cookie crumbles.
I'm able to put these pitfalls to the side though because of how strong everything else was for me. The last concern I can think of going into Galaxy was that it was going to be a cameo fest for the sake of pushing a cinematic universe as soon as possible. And there are cameos, but I think it's tackled pretty well. The Gateway Galaxy serves as the galactical traveling station, so what better place to meet new people? It's tasteful and not shoved in your face at all.
I might have missed some background ones, but I totally geeked out at the in-your-face cameos. It's impressive how children movies can be for an older audience as well, because we'll catch one thing, meanwhile, kids won't know who a certain someone is. And you would think a 9:45 p.m. showing would weed out the children, but nope. There was a child making child noises all throughout the runtime. Yoshi! Like what happened all of Friday that parents took their children to go see the Super Mario Galaxy movie that ended at 11:45.
Beats me.
There are 2 after credits where one offers a sliver of closure to the movie's abrupt ending, and the other one was a cool sprinkle for the future of the franchise. All in all, I had a blast. I had fun. I smiled, cracked up, felt happy. And for me, that's a good movie. The movie's plot could have been stronger where the last minutes suffer, but it is not that deep.
Good soundtrack too. I've got nothing else from Mario. I wanted to get my 2 cents in on this new release. If you came from Project Hail Mary, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. That video blew up beyond my beliefs and it was pretty fun to see the growth. All right, love what you like, protect your energy, and that miserable creature that takes Mario, Toad, and Luigi to the galactic, what's it called? Come on. To the Gateway Galaxy was absolutely hilarious. How are you defined by your depression?